Let's make the best spinach and asparagus salad you've ever had. If you've never had sauteed asparagus in a salad, you are in for a treat. If you're new here, by the way, hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm a health coach, and I've been writing recipes on the internet for 15 years. I believe that healthy food should taste gourmet, so if you love good food and like to eat healthy as well, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's start with our asparagus. I've got a pound of asparagus here. There's 6 simple ingredients in this salad. It's really the technique that I want to show you today and how to plate it up to make it pretty. Also, I'm trying something new with the video format today. Let me know if you like this format in the comments below. I'm going to take the time to slice these asparagus spears on the bias, which is just on a diagonal, pretty deep, almost vertically, just because it makes for a really great texture and it also makes it pretty to plate up. However, if you do not want to take the time to do this, simply line everything up and just cut this into 2 to 3 inch pieces. Asparagus is loaded with plant nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Also fiber to help keep you full. It's in season in the springtime through the summer, and it is a great addition to just about any recipe. We're going to saute it so it gets nice and golden brown around the edges, which brings out the umami flavor. And the warm asparagus is just going to barely wilt the spinach and barely melt the parmesan to make the texture of the salad amazing. If you want to eat healthy and you want to have healthy meals, you want to focus on the texture and the flavor of your food. I've got 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil heated up over medium-high heat. I'm going to saute this asparagus. Always add a healthy sprinkle of salt and some freshly ground black pepper to your veggies when you're sauteing. Give this a little bit of a toss in the olive oil and let it cook for about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on the size of the asparagus, until it gets nice and golden around the edges. Meanwhile, I'm going to grate some Parmesan cheese. I don't like to have a lot of extra gadgets around, but I really do like this OXO grater. I'll link it in the comments for you here or in the description so you can get it if you want it, because it has this little bowl that catches everything. Now, fresh Parmesan cheese is a little bit more expensive, but it is worth it. It's naturally lactose free and actually has some health benefits because of the way it's made in Italy. It'll come in a block like this. You want to grate it yourself if you want it to melt a little bit, because pre-grated cheese is coated with a starch and it just doesn't melt as well. It has way better flavor and way better texture if you grate it yourself. I always grate extra because then I have some for later on in the week if I want to use it. Okay, now that I've got this grated, let's take a look at it. It's nice and fluffy, and oh my gosh, it already smells so good. Making a mess here, that's okay. That's part of cooking. The great thing about Parmesan is it also keeps really well in the refrigerator if you pack it tightly in plastic. All right, let's take a look at this asparagus. This is what you're going for. Be patient with me while I'm using this new camera. There we go. We got that in focus. You want it to be just lightly golden in some areas and still a bright, vibrant green. You don't want to cook your veggies into oblivion. You want them to stay bright. Now that we have our sauteed asparagus, let's get that in the bowl. And if there's any leftover olive oil or anything in the pan, get everything in there. This warm asparagus is going to really help aid in the texture of this. I'm going to add 5 ounces of baby spinach. This recipe is flexible. If you just want to add a few cups of baby spinach, you can. However much spinach you want. You could also use other salad greens. Spinach is wonderful here though. 1/4 cup of sliced almonds. Sliced almonds look really pretty here, but if you have whole almonds, just chop them up. Add in that 1/4 cup Parmesan cheese and the juice of half a lemon, about 2 tablespoons. We're going to adjust the lemon juice at the end after we taste everything. When you're cooking with fresh veggies, you always want to adjust your lemon juice or any acid that you're using and salt at the end until it has that bright, beautiful flavor that you're looking for. Add a sprinkle of salt and a little bit more freshly ground black pepper. And then I'm going to toss this together gently for about 60 to 90 seconds. I'll speed it up on the video here so we can get through it. And that's going to give it this great texture. When you're making a healthy salad, you need to focus on the texture of the salad. That is in combination with the flavor of what makes it so enjoyable to eat. Give it a little taste, hello, and taste for salt. If it doesn't have a lot of punch, add a little bit more salt to it. I'm also going to add a little bit more lemon juice in this case. Toss it again. And one of the reasons I wanted to make this video as well is to show you how to plate it up really beautifully. You can of course just eat it straight out of the bowl, but I'm going to photograph this for the blog where you can get all of my healthy recipes. And if you're using this for entertaining or you just want to make it pretty, transfer it to a bowl. Always toss it in a separate bowl to get everything coated, and then transfer it to a platter or to a bowl, and make sure a lot of those asparagus spears are on top so people can see it. And then you'll want to add another sprinkle of the sliced almonds and another sprinkle of that cheese. And yes, when we photograph food, we are always using our fingers to adjust, move everything around. So it looks random, but it's actually very placed. I'll add a little bit more cheese to this. You want people to be able to see what's in it on top of the salad for a photograph or if you're entertaining with it. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. I love cooking with you. If you like healthy recipes, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And you can also subscribe to my Substack newsletter, where over 68,000 people are getting these healthy recipes delivered straight to their inboxes as well. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next week.